Thanks for joining the show. This is Norman Carter, owner of the Women's Flag Football Network. This is our weekly broadcast every Wednesday night at 8:30. Thank you for joining in. A couple of quick house cleaning notes we're going to talk about. I want you guys to subscribe to our YouTube page. We need more subscriptions. We need more people joining in to subscribe to our page. I just put the link in the chat. You can click on that, watch some of our videos, subscribe to the page. We need your subscriptions. We need your views. Let's see. I'm going to try to get our guest established because she's having some problems joining in. So let me see if I can find her real quick and get her in here. It happens sometimes when everybody's not used to doing the YouTube. So let's put her name in here real quick. All right, I just sent her an invite, and hopefully she'll get that. Let's go over real quick. So like I said, subscribe to our YouTube page. Click on the link in there, check out a couple of videos, and make sure you subscribe. We need your subscriptions. Of course, we always want to talk about membership. Guys, we need you to become members of the Women's Flag Football Network if you aren't already. If you are, spread the word. Talk about becoming a Women's Flag Football Network to other individuals in the Women's Flag Football community. We need your support. The only way we get stronger is if we grow bigger. So we need more members and we need more support. USFTL Nationals in January. Registration is now open for USFTL Nationals in January in Sarasota, Florida. We'll see everybody there. Get your houses reserved, your hotels. Haven't been there before, so we don't know what the situation might be if they run out of hotels or something. I doubt if they will because it's a resort area, but you want to get your hotels and your reservations in right away. And also make sure you register on the USFTL's website for the tournament. Once again, I will be the 8 versus 8 women's director, and Mashonda Gilmore will be the 7 versus 7 women's director. So look forward to seeing you guys down there. Make sure you register. So wait for a couple of our guests to join in. I just got a text from my guest in North Carolina, and she's having a problem getting in. So we may switch to our second guest, and hopefully we can get our first guest in. So AWFFL, are you in there? Let's see. All right, we just sent our AWFFL guest in there. All right, so go ahead and accept my invitation, and we'll get started with the AWFFL guests. There we go. There we go. We are coming to you live. Connection slow. Let's go. I'm going to be using those Obama phones. All right. It's still inviting, so it should jump in. All right. There we go. There we go. Hey, Michelle. How you doing?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good, good. Glad to have you join in. I had to push you up because our other guest can't seem to connect, so she's having some technical issues, so I had to push you up. I appreciate you being ready. All right. So what we have on the line right now, we have Michelle Nobles from the AWFFL. She's the commissioner of the league. Tell us a little bit about the league, Michelle, and what's going on right now with AWFFL.
We're this weekend we're heading into our final weekend of the fall season. We have our playoffs this Sunday. We have 9 teams that participated this fall that are. Some of them are well known, but we have a lot of teams that are becoming very competitive, and they're making a name for themselves, not just in Atlanta, but at tournaments around the country. Reloaded took first place in the fall season with Knockout coming in second place. Tigers, we've only been around for a few seasons, secured a third place spot this season. Storm came in fourth place, and Tigers and Storm have really moved up in the AWFL, and they're really giving people a hard time. They've become more competitive. They're doing a lot of great recruiting, and they've actually been traveling as well to get more experience. So we will see how it ends this Sunday at 1 o'clock will be the championship for the league.
All right, good deal, good deal. Well, let's talk about some outstanding players awards and Rookie of the Year awards. Who's our outstanding player of the year?
Okay, so outstanding player of the year came from Reloaded. Her name is Krista Nordby. And you can't watch any games in the AWFFL without knowing who she is. Okay, so she plays linebacker, among other things, for Reloaded. And she's a former rugby player. And you can tell by watching, she's scrappy, she's rough, she's tough. But what stands out about her, too, is that she can play anywhere on the field, but she has a really good attitude. She's got, she plays with class, she plays with dignity, and she represents her team very well. And that stood out a lot to our front office at AWFFL. So well-deserved. The Outstanding Player of the Year award goes to Nordby.
Good deal, good deal. We had a show earlier this year, this month, or I'm sorry, last month, talking about the best linebackers in women's flag football, and Krista Nordby was brought up. She is definitely one of my favorite players in the AWFFL. I did not know she used to play rugby, and that just all makes sense now because she is tough. I mean, she is tough. I love her. I got some great pictures.
If you don't know who she is, you will. If you don't know who she is, you will.
Definitely. And I'm looking forward to seeing her represent on a national stage in January in Florida. So let's talk about the Rookie of the Year.
So our Rookie of the Year goes to Bree Mosley. She comes from the Tigers, and Coach Milton can't say enough about her attitude, her athleticism, and what she's brought to that team. So to be a rookie, you have to play. You can't play more than 2 seasons in the league. So the type of talent that these coaches are recruiting in our league is amazing. And that's why our league is so competitive. Atlanta has a very competitive women's league because these coaches and these players are going out recruiting girls from D1 colleges, track stars, basketball, ex-basketball stars. So these women are quickly transitioning over into football and changing the game.
Good deal, good deal. Now this week, like you said, we got the playoffs. I understand we're going to be at Anderson Park this week for the playoffs and championships. So what time are we starting on Sunday morning?
We start at 9 o'clock in the morning, and the championship game will be at 1 o'clock. So we have 9 teams that participated this season. What we did, we take the top 6 teams, and they're going to compete for an A division, if you will, or Tier 1 championship. And the bottom 3 teams, instead of just throwing away the bottom 3 teams, we want them to also compete for playoffs. So what we do is a B division or a Tier 2 championship, because the purpose is to continue to keep teams competitive. So we actually have 2 championships on Sunday that are being held. So the more girls play, the more teams play, the better they become.
I love that about the AWFFL. It was such a great idea to incorporate 2 championships within the one league. So many times we've got new teams competing in the league against the more experienced teams, and they get beat up, and then the season's over with.
Right.
But instead, they have a chance to compete for their own championship against teams that are closer to their skill set at the end of the season. That's just an awesome idea. Awesome idea. Michelle, give us a little background about you. Tell us how you ended up being the commissioner of the AWFFL.
This is my 24th year playing football. I started playing flag in 1993 at the University of North Florida in Jacksonville. Moved to Atlanta in 99 and started and continued to play 7-man women's and co-ed, where I met you across the other side of the field. So for those of you who didn't know Norman 15, 16 years ago, he's a little different than he is now. He's a little more calm than he used to be. But we used to play on the opposite sides of the field, and there's conflicting stories about both of our attitudes back then. But needless to say, I started playing in the AWFFL in 2004. And within a couple years, Norman became our coach. I played for a team called Icons for 9 years. And the last couple years, I played with a team called Knockout. That's my current team right now. And Mashonda moved to DC, and it's a lot of work keeping this league up. Her and Zarek are the sole reason why women in Atlanta even have a stage to play on. So when she moved, she was, asked me, can I help take over the league and be the commissioner and help run it? And I just want to make sure all women understand that the work that goes in behind this, it lays on the shoulders of people who do have jobs and have families. And Mashonda and Zarek have this league started almost 20 years ago. So we try to continue to remind the women that it's a privilege to play in Atlanta. But it's because of people like Mashonda and Zarek that have continued to promote women's football that we all are still able to do what we love. So that's about it. That's about it. And I'm still hanging in there. I don't know how much longer I have, but it's hard. It's hard to walk away. It's hard to walk away.
Yep, it is. It is a good deal, and I hope the teams in Atlanta do recognize how much work is put into keeping this league afloat, and not even making it afloat, just making it one of the top leagues in the country.
Right.
It does take a whole lot of work, and sometimes when you're giving steak all the time, you don't know that other people are just eating chicken. And so you don't realize that other leagues around the country struggle and need good leadership and all that because you're just used to having it.
Right.
But you guys do a great job with the AWFFL. And just to keep the story straight, Michelle used to cheat.
That's a lie.
And we played against each other, and I was very well composed during my years of playing co-ed.
Norman used to throw water bottles, Gatorade bottles when he. See, I wasn't gonna go there, but his temper was atrocious, and it was always the rest.
If you know me, you know.
But we've all
you
know
grown. Me, you know that story is untrue, totally untrue. So we're getting ready to move on to our next guest, and we're so happy to have had you on, Michelle.
Thank you.
It's been an honor. For y'all that don't know me and Michelle, I love Michelle. Like we've known each other from birth. Our birthday is on the same day. Yep. So that might have been the reason why we clashed heads initially, but definitely got nothing but love for her now. And great job, Michelle. Thanks for being on the show. Mashonda gives you a shout out as well. And thanks for being on the show. We're going to move on to our next guest who's finally able to get on. But you guys, I look forward to seeing you guys out there Sunday for the AWFFL Championship.
Thanks, Norm. Thank you for everything you're doing for women in football. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get ready to flip the script. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in our next guest. And she looks like she's ready. Let's see. This will take a second to connect. Hopefully we got some good internet connections on both sides. So while we're waiting, did I tell everybody to download the app? If you haven't downloaded the app, download the app. Download the app. Become a member of the Women's Flag Football Network. I guess it's important to our surviving. So become a member. And we are waiting. I'm getting an invite notice. It's flashing red here. Waiting for her to join in. Give it another second, and hopefully she gets the invite. Should we play some music while we're waiting? Dun, 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 dun. So guys, thanks for joining. If you hold on for a little bit longer here, we're going to have our next guest join in. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the delay. All right, here we go. She just gave me a request, so let me just take her request and see if it works here. Dun, dun, dun. Let me try it again. All right, let's see if she gets it. Demita, if you don't have the request, try sending me a request one more time. I just cleared it, so hopefully it'll go through the next time. Try sending me a request one more time. And guys, thanks for hanging in while we had this technical difficulties. We won't keep you much longer, but we definitely want to bring in our next guest and talk about her and her team. So, you know what? While we're waiting, I'm going to talk about the new deal we just put together. We are working with Go Team Sports or Go Team Uniforms, and we have just inked a deal where starting next week, starting on Monday, and I'm going to make an official release of it, but starting on Monday, any member of the Women's Flag Football Network that wants to place an order for uniforms for their team will get 30% off of the entire order. We'll be doing that for 1 week, 30% off for the entire order. So all you have to do is put down $100 down once you place your order, and then you got 30 days to complete your payment for your order after you've got your designs together and your uniforms together and all that. So keep an eye out for it. We're going to start it on Monday, and it's only going to last for 1 week. So it's going to go from Monday to Sunday. But keep an eye out for it, and I'll give you the details on how to place your order in order to get the discount. So, all right, we got her on. Hey, Demita, how you doing?
Hey there, how you guys doing?
Good. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. So who we have right now is Demita from Untouchables in Raleigh, North Carolina, representing Untouchables, the undefeated champions of the Legacy League. Is that correct?
You said it.
Good, good. Hey, tell us a little bit about the Untouchables for those of us who don't know anything about what's going on there in the Raleigh area.
Okay, so we've been together for about 4 years now. We've actually, I think this is about our third championship, but this is our first season going completely undefeated. Last season, we only lost one game. So we have definitely grown over the year, every season, over the years actually, and every season we just get better and better.
Good deal, good deal. Love to hear that. Love to hear teams growing like that. So, let me ask you, give me an idea of some of the names of some of the teams that are in your league, because I know some of us know some of the teams out there, but we don't know all of them. Can you run them off the top of your head? I know I put you on the spot.
Absolutely. We have the Junkyard Divas, the Vixens from Virginia. We've got Lady Spartans, the Replacements, and we have the DMV Seminoles, I believe. There's a total of 7 or
I lost connection for 1 second. You said the DMV Seminoles and who else?
That's all I can remember offhand. There's a total of 7 or 8 teams in our league. However, I can't remember all of them. My apologies.
No, that's okay. I put you on the spot. I didn't prepare you for that one right there. Who is the commissioner of your league?
Brent Fisher.
All right, so we want to give a shout out to Brent Fisher. And I know she said Junkyard Divas is in that league. That's another travel team. Usually when they go to tournaments, y'all at the tournaments too. So that means you took them out this season. Good job.
Yes, we've been playing with them since we started, actually, for the past 4 years. They've had an incredible impact on our growth as well. I will say they play in the A division. So we've had the opportunity of playing against them several times, and we've gotten to the stage where we've beat them at this point. But they're an awesome team, so we love playing along with them, by them, and representing North Carolina.
Good deal, good deal. So you got some outstanding players that were voted on your team for some awards. Tell us who they are and what they got.
We have Quinetta Bryant. She is our quarterback. She has been the All-Star MVP for a few seasons back to back, and she's been recognized on multiple levels. She's an incredible quarterback. She's brought our team very far, and I think she's pretty much recognized by a lot of teams as being very powerful in the league.
Good deal, good deal. Now, who won the MVP of the championship game?
The MVP of the championship game, I believe, came from the Vixens. I'm not sure what her name was, but she came from the Vixens, and I'm not sure of her name. My apologies.
Okay, yeah. Look, I'm throwing them questions out there without giving you a fair warning. It just popped in my head because we talked about the same thing at the AWFFL. So good deal. But one of the things we appreciate about teams when they do work in the community, and I know you guys did a back to school project back in August for your team. Tell us a little bit about that. That was pretty cool.
This is something we do every year. We love giving back to the community as much as possible. So what we did was a back to school drive. We did it out of Durham, North Carolina. We teamed up with Keys Cakes and Meatland. And what we did was provided book bags, notebook, paper, pens, all kinds of school supplies for the children. They came out. We had food out there for them. We had games, activities, just to get them ready for the year and not to have anybody left behind.
Good deal, good deal. Now your coach is on, so give everybody your coach's name. Tell a little bit about Coach.
We have two coaches. They are both very, very awesome. We have Coach Ray and Coach Inf.
Good deal. And Ray jumped on and let us know that was Janelle Taylor, if I pronounce her name right, Janelle Taylor, that won the championship game MVP. Appreciate that, Ray. Well, Demita, any shout outs you want to give? Anything else you want to add to your time while you're on here?
I just want to give a shout out to my team, of course, to everyone in the entire league, in the USFTL, to look out for us because we're coming.
All right, that's what's up. Look, Take this back to your team. Tell them we need everybody watching the show on Wednesday nights, and we need everybody to support the Women's Flag Football Network. All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Thanks for being on. You have a good night. Shout out to you, Ray.
Bye-bye.
Good job for winning the championship. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and end the show. We like to keep it as short as possible so we don't lose your attention, but thank you for joining. We want to thank our guest again tonight, Michelle Nobles from the AWFFL, and from the championship team Untouchables out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Demetra was on representing as well as her coach here in the chat. So shout out to them. And guys, thank you for making our show what it is, and thanks for joining. We'll see you next week, 8:30, Wednesday night. Do you want to continue to see what's going on with the Women's Flag Football Network and keep up with women's flag football all around the world? Hit the subscribe button right here, somewhere. Hit the subscribe button and like our videos.